What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Technically Speaking. It is 8:30 p.m. on the East Coast. We're going to maneuver the times a little bit moving forward, but we didn't have enough time to maneuver it to the 8 o'clock hour, which was what we were shooting for today. However, we moved it to 8:30, mostly because we are freaking starving. Like, let's just straight up tell you right now. For those of you that were here with us 2 weeks ago, we talked about, obviously, the holidays because it was Christmas time. But also we talked about how we are just straight gluttons. Absolutely filthy gluttons. And with that, I opened my big mouth and inserted my foot, which is soon to be full of White Castle sliders, ladies and gentlemen, because tonight, bringing Stats in. Stats, hold on a minute. Stats is here with the White Castles. Ladies and gentlemen, this show, we're going to go ahead and just straight kick it off.
New year, new us.
New year, new me. Obesity, baby. New year, new me. Obesity. Before we get to that, though, did celebrate Christmas. Stats has been off gallivanting around the globe.
Wrestling bears.
Wrestling bears, fighting ingrown toenails. Maybe that was BoomBox, not you. How was your Christmas?
It was a lot of fun. You know, it's always good to return to the old family homestead. Check in with the family, spend some time, eat a lot of delicious food.
Food, you say? Huh?
Yes, food.
It's weird.
And
food.
Just relax, just kick it. I heard though that you had a fun-packed couple of days, including a sleepover. How was that?
Well, you know, it is one of the best times of the year when you get back together with your family. It was a good time. Good time had by all. We did play a few games from the family side of the fence. I will tell you that I am the best sibling. There's just no doubt about it. That I knew both. I knew both my sisters. I knew very, very well. There is no one that knows them better than me. That's just a plain fact. There could be no one greater than me that is the best sibling in the world. So. Okay. Malcontent says he was expecting to be terribly disappointed, but no. We clutched up, and we do have 15 sliders in front of each of us. We have a crave case. We just threw the crave case away.
Unfortunately, we are not yet sponsored by White Castle.
We are not sponsored by White Castle yet. But what I'm going to do right now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to set a timer for 12 minutes. Does that work like that?
Sure.
Okay. Pause. Reset. Set a timer, Pixel 8 Pro. We're going to attempt to eat and do a show at the same time. Should be interesting.
Well, we're going to eat first, then we're going to do the show.
No, I'm going to try to do the show.
How?
We're going to have to force our way through it. We're going to have to figure this out.
How are you going to talk while your mouth is full of slider?
I think you just answered the question.
Okay.
I think you literally just answered the question.
I'm here to win. So
look, here's the deal. Like you can't just be like, oh, microphone off, just shove it in your pie hole. You got to at least try a little bit to have a little conversation. I feel like I almost want to do trivia with you. Like I make you really think and earn it. Or do we just straight up go? I don't even think we need 12 minutes.
Oh, I don't.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. Most in 8.
Okay.
Because this has got to be awful to watch. Like I wouldn't want.
This is not going to be.
I would not want to watch two fat white guys just not talking and just shoving food in their gullet. This video gets a like when Stats wins this. So
thank you, Michael.
Michael Secret is coming out and saying that Stats is going to be the winner. I'm going to reset the time, mostly because I just don't think we need that much time. We're going to reset this to 8 minutes. 8 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, right here. Whoop, other side. 8 minutes. Oh, that started the timer, but we're going to restart that. 8 minutes. You have water. I have a Diet Mountain Dew because that's the way I roll. Nothing but fizzy, baby. Nothing but fizzy. This is stupid. This is so dumb. This is a level of dumb that even you and I know we've done a lot of dumb things, but this ranks right up there.
Just wait till next month's challenge.
Well, nope.
One a month.
Gallon of milk.
The first, no.
Absolutely not. Never going to ever happen.
I have a better idea, but
I'm never going to happen
later in the show.
All right, so here is what I want to know. In the comments, there's not very many of you, but the ones that are here and are dedicated, I appreciate each and every one of you. I want to know who's going to win. Who wins White Castle Slide Off 2024. You know who's not going to win? The toilet afterwards.
Yeah.
Just devastation.
That first sip of coffee tomorrow morning is going to be
my
something.
God. That coffee tomorrow, quivering.
You
Butthole.
You jumping in your ice bath tomorrow is going to be something.
So we'll talk. Depending on how I feel, we may actually get to the fact that I have been doing an ice plunge every day. Haven't missed a day since the day after Christmas. All right, all right, here we go. Are you ready?
Yep.
This is so dumb.
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, it's going. Oh my God! You just went straight to it. Mm-hmm. Oh. Oh God, this is such a stupid idea. This is so dumb. This is awful. There's no way we can do a show when we're talking.
No.
We got them with cheese in case anybody wants to know.
That may have been a mistake.
It was tactical on my end. It was a tactical choice.
Good luck with that.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Have you doubled up yet?
Yep.
Are you on 2?
I'm on 2 and 3.
What? Stupid. That's you? I'm too deep. I'm gonna tell you what right now, I can't be a professional eater.
Not without a lot of practice.
I don't have the jaws for it. I don't. Oh, it's riding dirty. Oh, God. Woo!
I'm glad I told my parents not to check in until about 9 o'clock.
Why?
They don't appreciate competitive eating.
Why?
Yeah.
There might be some of that water. Did you just swallow? I can't do that. How many you got down?
Well,
What's
this
number?
is 4 and 5 in my hand.
4 and 5? Oh, this is shit. We got 6 minutes left on the timer. Ooh. Awful. I think you're going to win by 1. I will tell you, I'm so freaking hungry, though. So hungry. The ASMR on this was going to be amazing.
I haven't been this hungry since Christmas dinner when the roast was over an hour late coming out of the oven.
Oh, God, I couldn't make... I would eat my hand.
We were eating cookies before dinner. It was my fault. I put it in the oven too late.
I feel like we should have made a rule that only one at a time.
Huh.
We're good at eating meat. That's right, Kevin. What number?
2, 4, 6, 8. This is 6 and 7.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of buffering.
Are we?
Yeah.
I'm plugged in. Oh. So bad.
You don't think there's that much bread on a slider, but there is.
It really is. Oh, it was terrible. Why did we do this? We're going to talk about tech after this? That's stupid.
I might lie down on the floor and just turn the camera.
Oh, my God. White Castle is the real winner here.
They're literally going to get pennies worth of advertising out of this.
Pennies. We're at 4 minutes. Halfway mark.
This could come down to the wire. At least for the 8-minute.
I think we made a better choice going the 8-minute. What number?
8 and 9.
This is 7 in my hand. Now in my mouth. There are some great screenshots being recorded, Pixel Pia said.
I'm sure. Riveting television. You know, Joey Chestnut or Kobayashi would be done by now.
Yeah, they'd be waiting, sipping tea.
They'd be asking for more. You know, the one thing we didn't do before this?
Yep.
Look up what the actual record is.
We're not going to come close to it.
No.
Oh, my God. The audio feed of this later is going to be disgusting.
This might just have to be a closed caption only and just delete the audio.
Oh, God, the closed caption. Hurting.
Shark Fin, you might be onto something there. The YouTube moderators might be trying to kill our stream.
Oh, God. Me.
Kevin, I always take a dump at work on the clock, so unfortunately, Scott also lives in his office, so
Yeah. That's true. You did. Pixelated, you interrupted lunch. At 10:11.
yeah.
We're slowing down, ladies and gentlemen.
I may have overestimated my capacity.
I told you. This is 10. Minute 42.
Oh, there's no way.
No?
I've got to eat 6 in a minute 42. That's not possible.
No problem.
How many people are actually watching this?
13.
Dynasty? Wow.
13 of you are disgusting. 14 now. I appreciate each and every one of you, but you're all disgusting.
I agree.
Filthy human beings, and we really appreciate it. And we love you. Oh. Ten. 1 minute left. Oh my God. I gotta tell you what, that 10th one is riding not well at all right now. Oh my God. Whew, 28 seconds.
I think next month's challenge is going to be a little bit easier. Oh, boy.
Good burp.
Uh-huh.
5 seconds.
You're just staring me down, folks. That's 11.
11. Oh my God.
I'm okay with a tie.
We're good with a tie.
Woo!
Oh my God. My God in heaven.
Got a few pieces of onion over here.
That's all right. Dogs will get it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
That was awful.
welcome back to the 1% Studios. Once again, 2024. I think this is our seventh year of live podcasting. When did you and Greg start this? It was when you were at the old house.
192 episodes ago.
Well, yeah, but we've taken several hiatuses in the middle there.
Hold on. I got a hiatus in my stomach right now.
Let's just say this is at least year 6. We'll go with 6. Whew, Lord have mercy.
I'm sweating. Like, I am sweating, and I need to burp like you wouldn't believe.
Well,
Oh.
right into the microphone, please. So everyone at home can enjoy it.
8 minutes. 11 White Castles apiece. 22 White Castles.
You came on strong there at the end.
I did. I had to just shove it in. Pause. Pause.
I thought I was going to be able to keep going, doubling up, but as the sliders cooled down, that cheese is just...
It's hard.
Yeah, rubbery. Very rubbery.
That's what she said.
But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. That's our show for tonight.
No, it's not. We still got tech to talk about.
We'll see you next week. If
live show. We ASMR video of tomorrow's results will be posted tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
Malcontent, we don't do small side salads here. If we're going to do a salad, we're going to do a salad.
I'll tell you what, that water made a big difference.
Oh, yeah.
Because I also downed the glass of water and I'm really instantly kind of regretting that. Although I think that's probably helping a little bit.
Oh, it's definitely going to help with the digestion. Where did my phone go?
Oh, it's just going to be.
I told my parents to be 15 minutes late. We're 15 minutes right on the dot.
Nice job. If you want to go back and catch the replay,
I wouldn't recommend it.
If you watched it live,
thank you.
Thank you. You all
from the bottom of our very full stomachs.
Oh yeah, very full stomachs. Whew. So obviously you just saw what we did. Two dudes with evidently weird, like, hang on, I gotta share my screen.
Food fantasies.
Oh,
Let's just go with food fantasies.
Bro, struggling. Struggling. Like, that's a lot of meat. Is it more meat?
Oh, no, it's more bread.
Oh, it's a lot of bread.
If it was just if I could have stacked like 3 or 4 slider patties in between 2 pieces of bread, I could have hit 15.
You could have. You would have had to go back and eat the bread.
And that would have been the problem, yeah.
That bread would have been...
The pickles were a nice touch, thoa
That's the way I do it. Pickles.
I could have done it without the cheese.
No, you survived that one.
Well, that's fine. I mean, after the show's over, might go warm these up in your kitchen just so that smell circulates through the house. And
I don't think we need to worry about smells circulating through the house. 2 dudes ate a bunch of burgers, 11 each. Now, let's talk about this. Thank you very much for everybody that tuned in to see Well Done. We'll come back with something. Now I'm going to go with my, what are we doing? For those that don't know, if you check out the image on the right part of your screen, I'm assuming it's on the right part of the screen, you'll see the world living their lives through the tiny glowing rectangle that is their phone. They're not experiencing what will soon be the new year in front of the Turc Triomphant. How do you say that?
Arc de Triomphe. And you're very.
I think the burgers are causing a stroke.
You're very lucky Chanel is not watching this live. She's at dinner right now. But she will reach through the comments after this and slap you for mispronouncing that.
I think we can blame White Castle. I think
you could have just stopped after white.
I think I'm seeing stars, like White Castle stars right now. But these folks here, what are you doing? You are literally, first of all, I got a bone to pick with a lot of these people. Like, I'm sorry if you are a person who does this 4th of July, anytime there's fireworks. I think it is one of the dumbest things you can do is to take a picture of a firework. I don't know why. Now, if you're trying to be artistic and you're trying to capture it and you set up your phone the right way to do it, that's different. What I'm talking about is person reaches into pocket, pulls it out, snaps a photo, and most of the time they have the flash on. Mm-hmm. That's just unbelievable photo. Just when you take a photo of fireworks that are probably at least 1/8 of a mile away and you decide to turn the flash on because the light's going to bounce off the light. It's just something like just really bothers me about it. And all of these people in this photo are doing that. Look at him. It's a sea of just glowing rectangles.
Yeah.
No one is living in the moment. You see phones, you see cameras, you got TV. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to get that exact split second that you're ringing in the new year in front of the Trump? Now I'm just being an ass.
I'm aware.
I mean,
yeah, I
what are you doing?
I've been guilty of this in the past.
Of course, we all do this.
But like you mentioned, with the astrophotography or different computational photography things that are available on a lot of modern phones, if you set it up properly, you can capture some very interesting and sometimes very artistic images of fireworks. But
but that's purposefully done.
Right. It's not, oh, in the moment, that's so pretty, because by the time you get your phone out of your pocket and take the physical action of pushing the shutter button, that light, which is traveling at 186,000 miles per second,
it's gone.
Is gone.
Gone. Can we also talk about the fact that the majority of them are holding their phones vertically?
Yeah, well, fireworks go up.
Yeah,
so.
But a wide angle goes wide.
Yeah, well.
I mean, hello. Turn that bad boy horizontally and throw on a wide camera lens and then maybe capture the moment that way. I could even almost buy the fact that, like, this person, I got to give this person credit, except for the fact that they took it vertically. The person who took the photo of this photo.
Oh,
like,
well, okay.
The person who took the photo going, well, I guess my question is, did they take the photo of the phones or did they take the photo of the thing? And it's just like, oops, I happened to capture all of that.
And was it actually vertically or did they just crop it?
And that's my next thing is, like, I would have been much more interested to see this in a horizontal mode.
Yeah, see how many more
people are not paying attention. Pixelated says, I'm on my way back from New York in New Year's. What? What? Let's try this again. I'm on my way back from New Year's in New York City. It was basically a phone TikTok party. It seemed if nobody was actually looking directly at anything. Exactly. They are living their lives through the shiny, glowing rectangle, which gets me to the next thing that I want to talk about. And this next thing is augmented reality. And so I bring this up because augmented reality with the new Apple Vision Pro, it is effectively augmented reality. You're going to put glasses upon your face and you're going to live in a hyper-connected world, but not connected because you can still see things as they're happening. So you're living the world, but you're also putting an electronic on your face to where you're experiencing the technological side of the world too. So I segued from the Paris thing and the honf to this augmented reality to say, do we really need augmented reality? Cool. Virtual reality, different than augmented reality. So let me separate the two here. I'm sweating like you would not believe.
And you even changed into a t-shirt and shorts.
I had to change because I'm sweating. Like, I think it's probably the salt, to be 100% honest. Just, but I need to go get my cold plunge. Buckets.
I don't know. It's creeping back down towards
bro, I had to take ice off of it today. Anyway, augmented reality. Do we really need the ability to be that connected to our device where we're getting every email, every notification, every text message, every phone call, every photo, every notification that you're close to something? I'm not sure I want to live in that space, to be honest.
That's not what would draw me to augmented reality. What I would want is, what science fiction has been writing and drawing and producing content about for decades now, which is where, you have on glasses or special contacts or something, and then as you're moving around the world, it provides you with relevant information. I honestly don't care about the notifications or anything like that.
But you know that that's going to be a part of it. And it clearly has to be.
That's fine. But I'll do just like I did with the Pixel Watch that I'm not wearing right now. I'll turn off the notifications.
Merry Christmas.
Do
you really do that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But where I would find augmented reality interesting would be, like Google has demonstrated, and I'm sure others have, when you're in a foreign country, point your camera or your glasses or your device at a sign that is written in a foreign language, and it displays your chosen language over
Okay,
it.
that's different. Like that to me is that use case makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
But I don't need. I guess it would be convenient if it was glasses, but I'm not.
For contacts, but yeah.
But I'm not buying them for that. So what would really like? Is there like a thing that if augmented reality had this thing?
Actually, I have another use case.
Okay.
If and this gets well
Just
in
struggling.
this gets
Good God.
well into the creepy
Whew.
like Minority Report factor of this, but I am on record and well known for being great with faces, but terrible with names.
I'm also the same way.
So,
I can't do names.
If I was wearing AR glasses and it could facial recognize somebody and then display their name for me so I could call them by the correct name as I walk up and greet them.
You just do like I do. What's up, man? Hey,
Well,
guy.
That's what I've been doing my entire life.
Yeah.
But I think that would be another use case that I would be interested in.
So I would enjoy it if I had the ability. I honestly, I don't know if I would enjoy. Like I put a thread out there the other day that said I was always on the fence before, but I am 100% in the hater camp of VR. Hater. I cannot stand virtual reality. First of all, it makes me kind of sick anyway. So like I just don't enjoy it from that perspective. Beat Saber's cool. That's about it.
The first gen shooting games, like the
like
pirate ship game.
the Space Pirate Trainer.
Yeah,
that
that was fun.
That's fun. Like so, there's 2 games.
But that also calls back to the games we played growing up.
Yeah, Duck Hunt, just with space and augmented. Like I look around. Okay, cool. I mean, I know after 11 White Castles, we should probably be doing something physical.
Right.
But I don't find that like it's very gimmicky to me. Like I don't see the thing that draws me in. Now I do know that because my kids got VRs for Christmas. So
which system?
MetaQuest 2.
Okay.
Great system. It's great. I have no issues at all with it. My son plays the football games. He loves it. My kids play Roblox with him and they like it. It's fun. Minecraft, fine. They have a good time with it. I don't it doesn't do something for me, but they did say that you can join, or apps that you can join and watch. Like you can go to a virtual sports bar with a bunch of other people that is invite room only and watch the local sporting event just like you were around a bunch of Ohio State fans or around a bunch of Alabama fans or around a bunch of, Florida State fans. Definitely not that team up north, because that can go to hell.
Yeah, and I guess I could see the appeal of that.
Again, but then I get hot. Like I don't want to wear something on my eyes that long. I take my glasses off as quick as I can.
I think that's where the form factor needs to change a little bit from a headset to something that is capable of displaying over the majority of your vision, but doesn't weigh 3 pounds and strapped to your head, that kind of thing.
And see, this is a good point. Sharkfin brings up a great point. The Apple Vision Pro rumored to weigh a lot. Very heavy. So if you're supposed to wear that for long periods of time, aka maybe watching a bunch of movies or consuming a lot of content or walking around and wearing it on a 4-hour flight, I know what it was like to have the blue headphones that weighed a lot on my head. And you get tired. Like it's not a lot of weight. It's enough to be problematic. So again,
it's probably just like wearing
battery life,
a football helmet for 4 or 5 hours.
I don't want to do like you take it off, right? Like football helmet, you take it on, take it off, take it on, take it off. So I'm not sure. Like virtual reality just doesn't do it for me. Period. Full stop. Augmented reality, if it was in Google Glass form, would be better. But I don't want something over my eyes like the Vision Pro. I just don't see. For me, for others they may love it. For me, that doesn't work for me. Like I don't see the draw to it.
No, I'm in the exact same camp. The same thing, like all the different, Google Cardboard and other things like that, where they were testing these out, but then they rolled some of them out into the AR stickers and things like that on the phones, and in Google Maps. It's the usability and the utility of it for me. I don't need to be entertained. I have plenty of other ways of entertaining myself without like you said, strapping something to my head. So I want the usability and the utility of it that adds benefit to my day-to-day existence.
So you bring up something interesting, and I think we are probably in, I would say it's going to sound worse than what it really means, is more alpha stage than beta, and definitely not consumer yet. So multimodal AI is going to be a thing that comes out in 2024. MKBHD put a video out about it earlier today, but multimodal AI has been something that a lot of the companies, ChatGPT for OpenAI, Google, Amazon, Claude, they've all been working on this concept where you can multimodal AI in its simplest form would be you give the AI or the language model or whatever, anything, image, video, text, picture, whatever. You just give it whatever, and it returns back effectively what you see with like ChatGPT today. So it's like you give it a text, it gives you text. If I go to, Midjourney, I give it text prompt to get back photo. But it doesn't know anything other than that. That is the single mode that it knows. Whereas in the future, multimodal would be I give it text and a video and an image, and it returns something for me. And I tie this back to augmented reality because it would be very, very fun, and I think could hold a lot of water, is if somebody created, like, let's say Apple comes out with the ability to do multimodal AI using the Vision Pro. And so I put it on and I'm trying to cram through a bunch of stuff in Excel. And I go, all right, cell B14, I need to come up with, trend analysis in comparison to this page over here. And it listens to me and does it. That augmented reality could be huge. Now, I know that I could do it by hand, but if I say, hey, I need to make a trend line based on this using this sheet and the following information, and it did that, put it in a graph, put it in a chart, put it in a trend line, did the analysis for me, and then I said, okay, now go pull in this piece of content over here and put that in a PowerPoint slide. Now, that's wild. If I could do that with augmented reality where I'm watching, like, oh no, move that up a little bit more here, move this up a little bit more here, and it's doing it for me, and I'm watching it all the while I'm, hammering through emails or whatever. That's different. Yep. That can be game changer type stuff.
Right.
So I think it's going to be a matter of, okay, sure, I now have a phone strapped to my face from augmented reality, but it's not changing. How am I supposed to interact? Like once I can start to use, hand gestures and things like that, and then pump in AI into it, totally different conversation. In my opinion, totally different conversation.
I agree. I think some of the other use cases would be, like at a sporting event. If you're sitting in Ohio Stadium watching, whoever the latest and greatest running back is, you could either talk to your AI or tap something out on your phone and have Eddie George or Zeke Elliott or Archie Griffin superimposed upon that guy, and then you could match their stats as they break, an 85-yard run through the heart of the South or something like that. And, you could enjoy the actual reality as malcontent, referred back to the beginning of our rant. But you could also you could benefit from the augmented reality in real time, a lot like races and, swimming events do, where over the years they've put those world record or Olympic record lines, or even the yellow line on the football field when you watch it on the broadcast. Maybe you don't like the color yellow. Maybe you want to turn it purple. So watching on your AR set, it's now a purple line, and you turn the referees into actual zebras as opposed to human beings.
You mean like they did with the Toy Story thing, that NFL Toy Story game? That it did go over well, and maybe that's just something that people want to do. Pixel PS says that we soon won't need we only need our voice, not our hands. I butchered that statement, but that's what she basically meant.
I mean, it's literally there in black and white.
Look, also in black and white is just a graveyard of White Castle boxes, and soon to be just volumes of just I guess riding, like it's heavy on my soul right now. I don't feel as bad as I thought I would, to be honest.
Well, we didn't finish 15.
Well, I'm 100% not doing that. Like, that might be lunch tomorrow, and it is but a very appetizer compared to what we did through tonight. Blah. So augmented reality, do we really need, do we care? Now this one is interesting, another social media type thing for the folks that are in Ohio, which if you're in Ohio, pay attention. There is a new social media law that's going to take effect that affects you and your children, which is interesting. Ohio is the first. Don't be surprised if other states do this. So the new social media law in Ohio, it's called I don't actually put
it's a Safe Kids Act or something.
Something about it. Basically, this law, which goes into effect January 10th, the law requires companies to obtain parental consent to contractual terms of service from a parent or legal guardian before individuals younger than 16 can use the company's platforms. This includes social media and the online gaming or activity companies such as Facebook, Meta, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat. It does not pertain to e-commerce platforms. Hilarious miss. We'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah. If the user indicates that they are under the age of 16, the following methods can be used for verification. They need to sign a digital consenting to the terms form, which, by the way, I have no idea what that looks like. Use a credit card, debit card, or other online payment system. Now, I want you to think about this real hard. If the user indicates that they are under the age of 16, they can use a credit card, a debit card, or other online payment system, because a lot of 16-year-olds have that or younger, to verify. Or you can call a toll-free number, and I'm sure that will never, ever, ever be taken advantage of.
Right.
Connect to a trained personnel via video conference. What?
Yeah.
And check a form of government-issued ID. You are not even 16. In some instances, you have no ID, period. So this actually came up in my house very recently, a couple days ago. MetaQuest 2, right? It's a Facebook product, Meta product. Said, we're going to delete your son's account. Indicated he was under the age of 16. Okay?
Now, was this coming from Meta?
Yes.
Okay.
They go, show your ID. He doesn't have one. Show your credit card. He doesn't have one of those either. Well, he wrote down in his handwriting, I don't have any of those, and signed his name. And we sent that photo over to Meta. No idea if that's going to be taken. And this goes back to the point where I know what the government's trying to do. They're trying to protect the kids, because it comes out, the governor or the lieutenant governor of Ohio, he's an idiot. He comes out and says something like, well, they make these apps to be addictive, and we want to protect our children. Okay. I get it. I do. I understand. there's a million different ways to do it other than a law. And then you place this on, like, there's half-brained thought that went into this law completely.
I wouldn't even give them half-brained.
I get what they're trying to do.
It's an overreaction and a solution in search of a problem.
Companies then must send the written confirmation of the consent to the parent. If the parent or the legal guardian fails or refuses to the terms of service, the company must deny the child access or use of the platform. But no e-commerce? No e-commerce? You mean to tell me that shopping's not addictive?
Well, and think about this.
At all?
You know, some 15-year-old who has spent the last 10 years building a Minecraft world is going to try to follow these, and their parent is going to be annoyed, or their parent is absent, or they missed the deadline. And that 15-year-old's 10-year-old Minecraft world is just going to be gone. And that kid is going to be devastated, and they're not going to be angry at the Ohio government, which they're
going to be angry at the company.
They're going to be angry at Facebook, Meta, Apple, Google, Minecraft, whoever, unjustly, because, and I know we tried very hard to stay away from politics, but a little bit of backstory on this: the Ohio General Assembly didn't consult with any of these social media companies.
Nope.
They just did it. They didn't even consult with us, the residents of Ohio. They just did it because they wanted to.
I didn't even know what this was until the
knew
whole thing came up.
But they never put it up for a vote, except in the General Assembly.
Again, I get what they're trying to do. I'm not against protecting children. Please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this was not thought through at all on a variety of different ways. I'm not supporting the big tech companies, by the way, because I do think they needed to do better things when it comes to protecting the privacy of the children. No question. No question. But this law is really half-baked.
Yeah.
And I almost see there are so many loopholes. Like I got to call a toll-free number. So I call a toll-free number and go, "Oh, hi, my name is X and X. Yeah, I'm 16. Or you'll just flat out lie.
Right.
Like the old school days. Can't go to a site. Are you 18 or older? Yes, I am. Are you under the age of 21? No, I'm over 21, said the 14-year-old. Said the 16-year-old. These kids are stupid. Again, I know what you're trying to get. Ohio, once again, Ohio, being Ohio. So it doesn't surprise me. I guess. I think it's dumb. It's a miss.
I wonder if what...
No parent reads the terms of service.
Well, yeah.
No one reads the terms of service.
And I'm wondering what the CAPTCHA or the select these 3 images of traffic cones verification on the parents is going to be. And if some of them are going to get frustrated and say, no, screw it. Kid, sorry, you're out of luck.
The problem is the way that the law is written, it's open to a lot of interpretation for these companies because Ohio doesn't know what they're asking for. That's the other thing.
Right.
Yeah. Pixelpia. This is what I talked about when I talked about AI regulation. I think the government will pass some hasty laws around AI this year to show that they're doing something.
But they won't work, and they won't even be enforceable.
This is completely... I would love if they did this. They won't do this because you're right. I would love it if they're like, look, we don't have any idea how this thing works. I would then agree with them. They're like, we're not even the smartest people in the room when it comes to this stuff. I would also agree with that. If they said, we want to bring people together in a range of industries, data, AI professionals, technology professionals, financial service professionals, not just technology people, not just business people, a whole bunch of people together and say, look, we got to figure this out. Stop going back to the well of people who give you the most money and get the people who know how things work.
Yeah, but that's not how.
I know. All right, moving on. Samsung Galaxy Unpacked. January 7th. It is the hallmark of
17th.
Whatever. It's meat sweats at this point. January 17th, Galaxy Unpacked. They're going to be talking a lot about, obviously, the soon-to-be S24 line. So you're going to see an S24, S24 Plus, and S24 Ultra. Going to look remarkably a lot like last year's S23 line. However, they got something called Galaxy AI, because if you didn't have enough AI before, you're about to get a whole hell of a lot more of AI this year.
Entire galaxy.
A whole ass galaxy of it all. Straight from Samsung. So on the 17th, they're going to be doing a live stream. Do you even care?
No.
Not even a little. Not even a little bit.
I care because
enough
you
to
care,
the channel.
But no, I don't use Samsung products. They always do these in the middle of the day when I'm at work, so I can't even watch live and react on Twitter, but
I don't think I ever want to see a White Castle again, by the way.
like anything in the consumer mobile technology space, anything that keeps driving innovation and moving the technology forward is good. But if it follows the trend of every single giant release in 2023, we're going to know everything that they're going to talk about by the 16th. So
we already know.
Why are you having the event anyway?
The only thing,
just send out a press release.
Samsung claims that their Snapdragon powered AI will compete with Pixel. That's very interesting.
Prove it.
Well, but what does that mean? Compete in what way? Of course, it can compete from a compute perspective. But are they talking about the 3 different versions, the AI Ultra or the Gemini Ultra, the Gemini Pro, and the Gemini Nano that's on all of the devices? And see, here's where it gets into is like people are just shoving AI into things that don't necessarily need AI. And that's not going to stop anytime soon. It'll eventually run itself out because it always does. But I don't know what to expect with Galaxy AI because Bixby sucks compared to the assistant, the Google Assistant. I mean, just blows. So what are you going to do from an AI perspective that the Pixel can? Are you going to do AI generated wallpapers? They're bringing similar features. Interesting. I just want something like, I switched back to the Pixel 8 Pro because there's some things that I like about it from an AI perspective, from a photo editing perspective. That's what I like. So I switched back to that. But I noticed that some of the things that I would do normally to do it on the other Pixel devices. So I think bringing similar features that the Google Pixel has to the Samsung devices could steal some of the Pixel thunder from one to the other. I'm interested to know what they're going to do about that 7-year thing. That's very interesting to me.
Yeah.
How's Snapdragon going to handle that?
Yeah.
Like how 7 years? I mean, don't get me wrong. The Tensor chip is not great, but I mean, if they're saying Tensor 3 is going to have 7 years of support, is Snapdragon willing to say that? Because that was one of the sticking points before.
Is Samsung even willing to say that?
Well, I think Samsung will be fine. But the problem is the reason why Google never went past that with the Snapdragon chips before was Snapdragon didn't want to support them. So are we to the point now where Snapdragon says, okay, I'll support those for 7 years? Because that's a different story then. Because that's exactly what they didn't do with Google. But if Samsung's like, look, I'll make my own, or you're going to do 7 years of support, well, of course they're going to do that. Samsung's their bread and butter. That's where they're going to make their money. Like, that's where they get a lot of money. Not their only bread and butter, but they get a lot of money that way. So, yeah, they'll figure out magic ways like, oh, 7 years, woo! Of course they're going to do that. This White Castles, bro. I'm hurting.
Got 11 minutes.
Okay, the train is coming to a halt in the station. Ooh. Read a very interesting article the other day. Moving on to predictions of 2024. And this gets us to the next slide that I have, which is your 2024 prediction. Deepwater Asset Manager predicts that Peloton will be purchased by Apple, which makes me think, what other acquisitions could we or would we like to see in 2024? Now, first of all, if Apple were to by Peloton, it makes a ton of sense.
It would make Justin very happy.
It makes a ton of sense. Ton of sense. They have the best fitness tracker in the market. I don't want to argue that, but whatever. Best fitness tracker in the market for the average consumer. And now you have a well-known brand like Peloton, which everybody talks about. Oh, I got a Peloton. I love my Peloton. Blah, 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 blah. Talking about the integration of your Apple ecosystem into the hardware of Peloton with the litany of services, litany of things that you can get. You can get on-demand training, live training, this, that, and the other. All jives well with what Apple's trying to do as a company. So it makes a ton of sense for Apple to go get Peloton. So if you want another company to do something amazing, what is it?
I like Malcontent's suggestion or hope. Google already took the first step when they bought Fitbit. And if they take the next step and acquire Garmin, who is the worldwide leader in GPS watches and, I would say ultra competitive fitness trackers.
Agreed.
Then they would position themselves in that segment of the marketplace to where then you would basically either be in, an Apple Watch or a Google Garmin device. And the divide would be just like the phone debate.
Could you imagine?
That would be something.
Oh my God. If you were like, do you know how pissed off the people in Garmin that have Garmins would be right now?
Well,
almost every Garmin person that I know
probably has an iPhone.
I'll have an iPhone. Could you just imagine for a second if they're like, JK, Google, or you're gone? Well, I mean, Apple would have the Ultra. They wouldn't need Garmin. They could position themselves with the Ultra line to be that high-end competitive 3-day battery life, climb Mount Everest because the water depth or something or other on their watch. They could.
Yeah.
But Google could then position themselves to have a high-end device with a well-known, reputable brand like Garmin for those people that maybe live in the Google ecosystem.
Or just the Android ecosystem.
Yeah. Where does that leave Samsung?
Well, do they have
they have a watch. Yeah, they do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most people are like, it's either Samsung Watch or nothing. I'll be honest, now I don't see that so much.
Right.
I see a lot of Pixel watches.
Yeah.
A lot of Pixel watches.
I think it's not necessarily an acquisition, but I guess a hope or a desire for 2024 would be for Apple to stop being stupid and just
do RCS.
Institute either RCS or iMessage on Android.
Well, the iMessage part is never going to happen. The RCS is going to happen, and they're going to figure out a way to bastardize it in a way that we don't even want. But that's going to happen.
They'll probably just screw up photos and videos.
I just want them to fix that. I don't care about the color of the bubble. Just fix the photos and videos and the emoji reacts. Yeah. If you fix those three things, emoji reacts, photos and videos, I'm good. I'll never bother you again.
Yeah.
Until next week.
Well, we got to have something to talk about.
Prediction. My prediction is Google will kill a service that is wildly popular.
Well, they already are.
Which one?
They're killing podcasts.
It's not that popular.
Well, I think it's more popular. Now, granted, they have the data to back it up, but I think it's probably more popular than you and I or a lot of the media think it is. I have yet to transition all of my regular podcast over to the YouTube service, so I don't have any firsthand experience on what it looks like, how it is to interact with. But I agree with you. Google will kill something, and it's going to annoy people.
Google is going to kill something that's going to annoy people really bad this year. I don't know what it is. I just have this feeling. It won't be like a I'm killing chat type thing like they did a few years ago, but they're going to do something like that. Now that's the negative side. On the positive side, I think you're going to see two big players in the AI space jump out to a huge lead, followed by a third, and then it'll be Apple. Apple is way behind.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're going to see OpenAI and Google go toe-to-toe for a while for best AI, best consumer AI. I think you're going to be followed up with Claude and Amazon. And I'm lumping the OpenAI, I'm lumping Microsoft into that. So take that as you will. Microsoft, OpenAI, Google, way at the forefront. And I think they're going to expand their lead together. I think they're going to pass each other like this for 1 and 2 in the spots for a while. When one does something, the next is going to come up with something awesome. The multimodal thing is going to be big. The ability to use multiple forms and types of AI in one unique spot, that could be huge. Google is going to institute Bard with the assistant, and depending on how they do that, that could be huge. So I think that's probably going to be one of the things that goes forward. Apple's going to be woe behind, but that's Apple's way. Apple was woe behind in a lot of things for a long time before they decided to, kind of make the way forward. Apple is historically known for kind of trending back, slowly behind, and then really going forward and making a huge splash when the time comes. So Apple, I think, is kind of biding their time. And let's be real, Apple, mostly hardware. They're not really...
That, what Pixel P has said there at the very bottom, someone buying X, I think we could only all dream of that because
it's worth pennies compared to
right.
what it was.
And I'm not convinced he who shall not be named
Voldemort
would agree to sell it for less than he paid for it when it's worth 1/10 of that today, maybe.
He bought it for 44. I heard it's worth 17.
Yeah. Okay. So it's worth 1/4 of what he paid for it. What, 3 years ago?
I don't even think it was that long.
Yeah. Well, he announced it, tried to get out of it, and then was forced to buy it like 18 months ago.
Imagine for just a second, if Google bought Twitter.
Wow.
Think about that.
Then
they would hold ungodly power of search. They would have Google search, which is the number one search, followed by the second, which is YouTube. And then they would have almost real-time information with Twitter. What?
Yeah. That would be something.
What?
And I really hope whoever does buy it renames it and reinstitutes rolls back every change he made other than maybe the expanded character limit. But just basically turns it back to the day before he bought it.
I just imagine for a hot second that Google did that.
Who's Jack working for these days?
He owns another company. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Just now I'm kind of like thinking like, holy crap, that could actually be kind of a big deal. I don't think Google will do it. They have the cash. You could look it up right now. I bet you Google could pay cash.
Oh, easy.
Cash in hand. They have hundreds of millions of dollars that they could throw at cash on hand. I don't think he would do that because he wouldn't. Yeah.
Google has 119.93 billion with a B in cash reserves.
They could go, here is $30 billion. $30 billion. Twitter could be rebranded into Google Meet, a third Google Meet.
Wow.
Right. Google Meet, the video, the professional video app. Google Meet, the non-professional video app, which used to be Google Duo, and then Google Meet Twitter.
Twitter.
Google.
Twigger? No, that's
definitely weird. Too close to what we need to.
Yeah.
I think that could be like, so again, Think about it. He converted into an everything app. Well, if you had your Google login, you can use Google Pay. That's in there. Oh, you want to direct message somebody? Google Messages. Oh, you want to send somebody a file? Google regular old Gmail. Drive. I mean, it's not far-fetched.
It's not a terrible idea.
It's not a terrible idea.
For literally 1/6 of their current cash
It's
reserves.
not a terrible idea if Google bought Twitter.
We need to get Sundar on the phone.
I'll call him after the show.
Yeah, that's good.
I'll give him a White Castle.
We should do that. Yeah.
I'll give him 8 White Castles because the hell of us, you and I are not eating the
I
rest
wonder
of
if he's ever had one.
a White Castle.
Yeah.
I bet he has.
I don't know. He's a California dude.
I bet he has. He's a G though. He's a G. I'm telling you, there's something to that.
Yeah.
Imagine for a hot second. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, January 3rd, 2024. If somehow in the magical 2024, Google
Any of this
comes true and Google buys Twitter, they would immediately be back in the social game. Immediately. Worldwide, hundreds of millions of users, most of which are probably already users of the platform anyway.
Yeah.
Real meat.
I think
They make an impossible one.
White Castle actually makes an impossible slider these days. So.
Glitter. That's what Pixel Pia said. Just get her. Boom. There you go.
Yeah, I like Getter. Yeah.
There you go. They could increase the price of Google One and or Google Premium to just pay for Twitter. Bundle it all together. Look, I will throw you $5 a month, Google, if you go buy Twitter. $5 a month more. Sure. Go for it. Go buy it. A lot of the infrastructure, they can just roll it into their data centers.
Well, and they have a lot of experience of buying up other, technology, information, and data resources and very quickly rolling it into their own systems. So
there is something to this.
And Twitter's already designed, or at least it used to be, designed to do it that way. Cross-platform utilization, ease of sharing contact matchups.
There's something there. Here you go. Google buy Twitter.
Everybody in the chat, we need you to snip this last 5 minutes of conversation and flood social media with it. We need to get Google's attention on this platform that they own.
I mean, that could be cool though. Do you trust it though? That's a whole other thing.
I trust it more than
I get it.
Voldemort.
I get it. But what I guess my question would be is, would the government allow that? I don't know. Like they didn't allow Adobe to buy, I can't remember the name of it.
Well, and they're still fighting whatever. Was it Microsoft trying to buy a gaming company or something?
Blizzard.
Yeah.
Something like that.
They're fighting that. They're trying to break up Amazon. Hell, they're trying to break up Apple for that point.
I was going to say, Google would be the ultimate information company then.
Yeah.
They would have ungodly amounts of information. Socially, their information would be off the chart.
Yeah.
Real time. You can embed Google, Google News links, immediately pull them into your Google news feed. Like they do it already, and they've already integrated a lot of Twitter into Google search. Like when you search up a thing, it automatically comes in. It's literally there.
Yeah.
I kind of like this idea. Malcolm just said, okay.
Yeah, we'll give you a cut.
Yeah, a cut, absolutely, 100%. They're going to give us a cut of 0. So I'll give you the biggest cut of 0 you can get.
How about
I'll buy you a piece of pie.
How about this? A lifetime subscription of all current and future Google paid services for free, just for coming up with the idea for them to buy Twitter.
I would 100% do that.
Oh yeah.
I want every service you got, the premium edition. I want every phone, the biggest terabyte versions you got every year delivered to my doorstep.
Before MKBHD gets it.
I don't even care if it's after. I don't care. If I just know it's coming, I don't care. Oh, my new Pixel 11's here. Oh, cool. My augmented Google Vision Pro Ultra S14
Fan
here. Fan edition. Cool. There's something to this.
Yeah.
All right.
All it's going to take is them spending $20 billion.
Oh, that's all?
That's all.
Cut the check.
1/6 of their current cash reserves.
Stats.
Well, in the future Google-owned Twitterverse, I am still at Helix Heinlein. I'm still on hiatus from Instagram at Country Smith. I check in about once a day, but just
too much time.
Yeah, way too much. I'm spending all of my time on YouTube now, probably just as much as I was on Instagram. But I tell myself I'm learning something by watching YouTube videos. So
I'm taking a break from Twitter, but I'm not. I turned off notifications and I removed it from my home screen because I was just consumed with it. And what pushed me over the edge? That team up north beating Alabama, that pushed me over the edge. I was like, I can't do this. I'm not going to put myself through the fact that I've got to live with people going, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. So I was like, I can't do this. I'm taking some time away. So I did. But if I'm ever back, at Scott Peachy on the tweet machine, at the Scott Peachy on Instagram and Threads, I am threading a lot. I am threading my cold plunge every morning. This morning I woke up, got into a cold plunge. I had to break the ice in my cold plunge to get in. The water was 30 degrees. I spent 3 minutes in a cold plunge. Really invigorating.
I bet.
It really is. It hurts like hell getting in. That first 30 seconds is everything in your body is telling you to get out. Push through it. So, all right. Probably going to be back next week. Probably going to be 8 p.m. Maybe 8:30 again. Will not have White Castles.
No.
Not doing that again.
No.
I'm hurting.
We're going to take at least a month off from food challenges.
I'm not going to eat until tomorrow. Maybe the day after. Folks, Happy New Year. Be good. Be good at it. We will see you again next week. Bye.
Bye.